You know this is my values, and I have had Furina as my wallpaper forever. God, dude.
It's odd and it's gross, but, well, there's no confirmed age. I can like her.
Hello friends, trace amounts of science. Today we're getting into some r/AmIOverreacting. It's the first time that I've ever been to this subreddit, but just at a cursory glance I can tell that no, most of the time these people are not overreacting. These stories are fucking wild. I don't know if I'm being like long trolled or whatever, but I guess I'll figure it out if we hang out long enough. So thanks for hanging out with me today, for being here. The rooster's here too. let's go ahead and get on into this thing. Am I overreacting after I found out that my boyfriend's online friend group that I became part of 2 years ago has been just him the whole time? That is some psychotic shit. OP says, I guess I should have been less oblivious, but since a little before we started dating in 2022, I was added to my boyfriend's just friend at the time 3-person Instagram group chat with what he explained were some of his closest online friends. The 2 other accounts seemed like real people because they had real followers and comments on their post and drastically different aesthetics and looks to them. Okay, so we eventually made a Discord server for us, and that alone was convincing enough since multiple times we'd all be active at the same time. We never voice chatted, but I never used voice chat either, so I didn't really think twice about it. The group got closer, though, as more and more time passed, since I was first added to their group chat, and last month we got together and planned a research trip to Hawaii for August. We live on the east coast of the US. Like, we booked everything. Yeah, and then the bottom falls out. That's fucking tragic, dude. Are there multiple people typing at the same time? I find that impressive. He's dual screening, multi-boxing, fucking doing whatever it takes just so he can plant the seed that he's normal and has friends. Now, now she's found out that that's quite not the case. It's quite the opposite, in fact. Oh, delightful. So imagine my surprise when I'm over at his house tonight and his computer's open and I just want to log into my Google Docs and I stumble across, first of all, his follower bot sites and him logged in and chatting with me as one of the individuals that I thought I had become close with, and I just got this sinking feeling. Like I said, the bottom dropped out. I didn't jump to the idea that they could be fake either. I was like, well, maybe he just has their logins because they're close and maybe he's way too interested in their messages or something. But then I noticed their only chats were the group chats and the server, and the real kicker was the email that it was signed up under was his backup email with his full name. Well, a sleuth he is not. And thank God for that, honestly. I thought these people existed for 2 years. How long would this have gone on? 20 years? I quite literally snooped until he got out of the shower and caught me, which I'm not saying was right of me, but I couldn't help myself. Fuck it. It's like inherently sus, you know? So I get to do some things too. During my snooping, I gradually became devastatingly confident that he wasn't behind just one, but both accounts. I've never seen his face so red. He absolutely panicked and started shouting at me to get out of his business. I couldn't even form the right words to say to him. In the end, I just walked out of his apartment sobbing. Yeah, dude, my whole life is a lie now. I don't know what the fuck to think. It's very early in the morning. I get that, but this screenshot is what he has to say, and I'm starting to feel crazy. Am I overreacting about my discovery? I mean, you could be somebody who takes the lumps and is just like, I'm okay with you lying to me, pretending to be another person, but hopefully you have a little bit of self-respect. Hopefully you're able to walk away from this situation. Because this is like the gaslight that lit the world on fire, you know what I'm saying? This is fucking huge. We have a screenshot, so yeah. OP says, I just want to know why. When it finally came time for the Hawaii trip, how were you going to explain that? What were you thinking? And he said, you know something I noticed about you? You can never just be calm. And there always has to be an issue. I know you were raised in a volatile environment, but you still have a lot to relearn about healthy relationship dynamics. It's like you thrive on chaos only. And we were gonna see Wicked tonight. There goes that, I guess. Yeah, of course there goes that. You psychologically manipulated me for multiple years. At the very least, never want to see you again. At the very most, hope something horrible happens.
You broke me! You broke me!
OP says, you cannot be serious. He's deranged. I deserve answers. I'm honestly so creeped out. Basically, half of my life for the past 2 years has been a complete and total lie, and you were behind all of it. And he says, okay, don't be dramatic, you know? This isn't a big deal. You're just giddy to harp on this and make it a bigger issue. Still with the gaslighting. It really, truly never stops. I'm mystified.
Invent whole fake friend group just to LARP as social butterfly, but really just lonely caterpillar in human skin. Disgusting manipulative creature. Squash it. Gubbins.
Squash it. If only it were so easy, you know? I would choose that most times. So concerned for OP safety, yes, I went to check out the profile. There is a quote-unquote update. It's basically just the dude pretending nothing happened. Do you want to get our tickets off the AMC app or buy them at the theater? I never want to see you again. Can you get that through your head? OP says, I assume people will be looking at my account, so I just wanted to assure you of my safety and leave you with this for now. Well, thank you for that. I'm not going to read it, but I'm glad you're safe. This whole thing, like, absolutely wild ride. The thing that you would never actually expect to happen in real life. Is it creative writing? I don't know. I guess as usual, the comments section will decide, and we'll move on to the next thing. This one's a post with some updates too. Neat! It's, am I overreacting for demanding to be paid after wearing something inappropriate to babysit? How inappropriate? Like, bikini babysitting? Is that a thing?
Mommy's leaving now. You do what the babysitter tells you, okay?
Well, go put that pizza in the oven, bitch. I'm hungry.
It probably could have been a thing in, like, late 90s, early 2000s. I don't think it would fly now. Oh, Jesus. It's Marianne, and OP says, hi, I hope you had a great weekend. I just wanted to reach out because I haven't gotten my payment from Wednesday yet. I know you guys celebrate Good Friday and Easter, so I totally get that it slipped off your radar, but if you could Venmo me when you have the chance, that would be fantastic. And she says, hello, May. Dan and I have been talking about it, and quite frankly, we do not feel comfortable paying you the full amount after you wore such an inappropriate clothing to our house. Not like a dry cleaning fee, anything tangible, just psychological damage, because I had to see in a tube top. I don't believe it was that bad. I think you're just a skinflint. The kids love you, and we're more than happy to give you a second chance, but we cannot pay you more than $50 after you wore that outfit for an entire weekend. And kids, plural. $50. I'm gonna use it to buy a baseball bat. I'm gonna come knock on your front door. Don't make me do this in front of your kids. Pay me what I'm owed. I really appreciate it.
Where's my money, bitch? I ain't gonna keep asking nice!
OP says, wow, I had no idea you guys felt that way. I'm sorry I made you uncomfortable. I just wanted to be in something flexible to run around in with the kids. That being said, 50 honestly does not feel like enough money for 2 kids in 7 hours. I mean, that's not as bad as a whole weekend, 7 hours, but still pretty egregious, and then it's less than $10 an hour for a couple kids. I mean, they're probably good kids, but you still gotta make sure they don't die and stuff. Gotta be CPR certified and whatnot. $8 an hour does not get you a certified CPR babysitter, okay? Let alone a certified CPR bikini babysitter. If I speak that into existence, I'm going to be really sad. OP finishes with, I understand you do not feel okay paying me the full price, and I'd be willing to do half of what I normally charge. I don't know what you normally charge. Let's refer to the posts. OP says, hi, I'm 15. I've been babysitting with this family for over a year. They're on the more conservative side and a lot more religious than my family, but are generally nice and I love their kids. I did not receive payment from them last time I babysat, so I reached out, and they're now saying that they'll not pay me the full price because I was wearing something inappropriate. Just wondering if I'm overreacting. For context, I was wearing a sweatshirt over my tank top, third pick, and only took it off after the kids asked me to run around with them. I babysat from 4 to 10 and normally charge $15 with a $5 increase per kid, so $20 for 2 kids. Like per hour, so you're expecting $140, they only want to pay you $50? That's crazy, dude. I think I posted this multiple times. Was having trouble posting both pictures and text, sorry. Oh, there's the picture. Okay, yeah. It's like, oh my god, a spaghetti strap top! How uncouth! I mean, it's a pretty clear case of people just not wanting to pay you out. Hey, thanks for the essentially free babysitting. Will you let us rake you over the coals? Take advantage of you in the name of our religion? No, I don't think I will. Thankfully, there is an update to this. I guess I'll read the text part first. Hi! So this is an update to the post I made last night about a babysitting fiasco. First of all, I had no idea it would blow up like that. From the bottom of my heart, grateful to every single person. If you didn't see that post, I may. And parents that I was babysitting for refused to pay me because they found my outfit inappropriate. Around the time the post started blowing up, my mom sent out an email to my neighbor / the mother. She never got a response, which wasn't very surprising, as they do not get along very well due to opposing political beliefs and religions. My mom is Jewish. She's very Catholic. Yeah, how's she liking that new pope, huh? Pope Leo? I think that's his name. The whatever, XIV, VXI. A lot of people suggested taking my neighbor to small claims court, but where I'm at, the price of even filing a claim is like half the money I would have made, as well as the fact that we live in a small town and my neighbor's a huge member of the church and very popular. Not sure how to phrase it in a non-high schooler way, haha. I think that's right. She has a reputation about town, and not in the untoward way. So yeah, it just wouldn't have been worth it at the end of the day. Anyway, I sent another text, got a response, etc., and the rest of the story is included over the text. Again, thank you so much for all the kind words. Yeah, sure, got you. High five. So OP decided to push on old Marianne and sends the text and says, hi, Marianne. I apologize for double texting. I know your kids are on break this week, but you haven't responded to my text or to my mother's email. I've been thinking about the last couple of texts, and while I feel awful that I offended you and Dan, we've never gone over ground rules regarding clothing, and I don't think that it's fair for you to go back on your word. I think that it's the best decision for both of us if you pay me in full, and we can put all of this behind us. Gosh, we're really gonna let bygones be bygones? Don't babysit for them again, though. Take the money and run. They're gonna try and grift you again. Don't let it happen. Weird neighbor lady says, May, I've known you since you were a little girl, and it's quite disheartening to see that you've grown up into another version of your mother. Jesus. Nevertheless, Dan has Venmo'd you $150. She says, I'll take that as a compliment. I think my mom's an awesome person. I received the money. Thank you. Thank you and goodbye forever. I'm supposed to want my mother to be like you? You're fucking crazy. She says, you were always so lovely. It's not over. You were always so lovely growing up, and we always prayed you'd find a silver of normality among your parents. I do not think that we will be using you as a sitter anymore. And OP says, honestly, I don't feel comfortable coming back to your house anymore, considering the way you've treated me. Talked about my parents, attempted to use me, went back on your word. I highly doubt I'll recommend you to any of my friends who want to get into babysitting. Have a good week. Marianne has notification silence. Of course she does. I got the last word. Yeah, sure you did. You might have the reputation about town, but everybody on the internet knows that you're an asshole.
Bitter old crone try to cut down young warrior. No spine, no conviction. Jesus rejects you. Clutching $150 like it her last scrap of dignity. Gubbins no impressed.
Jesus no love you. Wow. I wasn't gonna go that far, Gubbins. I think he loves everybody, but yeah, some people definitely harder to love. I'll say that.
Jesus loves me, this I know, for the Bible tells me so.
You think you're doing the right thing. At the end of it all, yeah, you're just using religion as an excuse to be a greedy, judgmental bitch. And to a 15-year-old girl. A 15-year-old girl who helped you out with your kids, that you could trust with your kids. You know how difficult that is? Well, I hope you find out when you have to go through a revolving door of terrible babysitters. Anyway, we'll move on to something equally terrible, but in a completely different way. Still financially related, which always sort of hurts. This one is, am I overreacting? My fiancé spent $600 on Gacha. Oh, man. This is a problem. So Gacha guy says, stop calling me. Oh, yeah. I don't want to address anything that I've done. Let me spend $600 and leave me alone, would you? She says, we need to talk right now. Pick up now. He says, you're not being fair at all. I explained my boundaries to you, and you are not respecting them. This is my boundary. I have to spend at least 5 digits a month on this gacha game for reasons. This is exactly what blank says is abusive about you. Yeah, you're gonna pull that card? Bro. You just fucked me into the dirt. $600. I'm about to choke the shit out of you with your own shoelaces. Like, you don't understand the lengths that I will go to. OP says, yo! You spent $600 on our credit card on a fucking game. Our credit card might be a mistake. How long you been together? He says, I already explained it to you. How dare you get indignant, okay? Oh, I'm so enraged. OP says $600 for 2 virtual characters that you don't need without asking when we are paycheck to paycheck. That card was for emergencies with the Civic. And then he sends a Genshin Impact GIF, I presume, and honestly, at that point, you're not legally liable for anything that happens. No jury in the land would convict you after seeing this text exchange. Like, what an unrepentant fucking dick. Humanity has lost nothing with the passing of this quote-unquote person. He says, you told me you wanted her too, but you aren't happy for me, LMFAO. What, the character? Jesus Christ. And then he decides to double down on the indignity angle. It's fucking fascinating to watch. Actually, I am done. I'm a 29-year-old man. I'm allowed to make purchases without needing your permission. Yeah, this purchase is really going to move you forward in life. Cool, now I have this digital asset on a server that will inevitably die. Neat. That's an abusive dynamic. Blank explained that very clearly to me. I don't know who Blank is. Maybe a therapist. But you need a new therapist. Somebody who's going to challenge you. This is a shitty action and you should, can, will be held accountable for it. OP says, yeah, I want Furina. I didn't say we should spend hundreds to get constellations. You are a fucking addict. You already spent all our Christmas money on it. Dude, this is wretched. What a problem to have. Why are you not getting away from this person like yesterday? Yeah, he says, you're snooping into your fiancé's purchases. You should take a look at yourself. Fiancé, yeah, this is going to work out really well. I hope the best for you guys. I truly do. Sometimes all we have is hope. OP sends a middle finger emoji to the fiance. Says, this is a shared card that I set up for emergencies, and you went behind my back. Why don't you tell person about your gambling addiction to video game characters? Yeah, not just that, but like video game characters that look suspiciously like little girls. If you play Genshin Impact, don't ever tell me, because like I won't want to interact with you from that point forward. Then stupid Gacha guy says, actually Blake told me all about your coercion, and I believe that you are a narcissist personality. Well, pot meat kettle. That's why you're continuing to try to control me and control my financial decision making. Jesus Christ. This is unfixable. You know that, don't you? You have to. You know this is my values, and I have had Furina as my wallpaper forever. God, dude.
It's odd and it's gross, but, well, there's no confirmed age. I can like her.
The human experiment is just, it's over at this point, right? Like, we could just fucking pack it in, admit that, you know, it got a lot further than we thought it would. I'm surprised it got this far. But now, we're done. If not all of us checking out, then at least this guy definitely checking out, okay? I refuse to be verbally maltreated for being myself. A gambling addict. I am battling anxiety, and you do not care at all. You got your stupid little phone girl character. Does that not ease your anxiety? You fucking do nothing. You net negative. You human waste. Why do you exist at all? To soak up resources from others? I'm pretty sure that's what it is. You're as vacuous as a black hole and nowhere near as interesting. You're as fucking deep as a wet sidewalk. You have no personality besides little girls inside of a phone game account. I hope you find this video. I hope it slaps you in the face. I hope you take a good hard look at your life, because really, what the fuck? Like, honestly, from me to you, what the fuck? He says, I don't want to get married to you. Oh, God. Feelings mutual. I am not talking on the phone. I emailed screenshots for my appointment tomorrow. Thank you for giving me a horrible anxiety attack and ruining my night. And no, I didn't do a thing with Furina yet because of your calls. Oh, well, I'm so sorry. I hope you enjoy being with Furina for fucking ever. This is so wild. How are you still making this about you? 29 years old. I truly want to beat you within an inch of your life. I don't know what it's going to take for reality to set in here. OP says, well, I'm going to call Capital One and dispute this charge. Your account will get banned. Middle finger. And he says, if you try it, then you'll lose me forever. Oh no. Wait, come back. Said nobody ever. I'm going to Scottsdale for the night. Oh, Arizona. That does explain some things. Sorry, Arizona. Stop calling me for 12 hours and then we can talk tonight. Will you please answer my mom? Please? Yeah, my mommy's gonna fight my battles for me. This fucking explains everything about the situation. You know that, right? Toxic, enabling, literally evil mother-in-law. Do not get married. You see this coming down the pipe. This is not the type of hurdle that we get over, even if the charge gets fucking reversed. I can never trust you again. You're an unstable individual. Goodbye. Answer my mom. I apologize for my reaction. As I said, my anxiety's bad today, and I have to do better. Not I will do. I just know that I have to at some point. I maybe will. I at least know that I should. It's fucking weak language. He says, I love you. You don't need to dispute the charges. I'll get the money soon. Blake can spot me 600 tonight, so could you text him your Venmo? Anxiety really bad. OP, please. Like, even if he gives you the money back, dude, this is not a situation that I would be willing to engage in further. I recommend that you don't either. I don't know why you're invested or what you see in him, but I sure as fuck don't see it. There's no reason for all this. He's literally, like I said, a net negative. He's not getting, you're attaching yourself to a sinking ship. He makes everything about himself. He's never going to take accountability for his own actions. Just like, I can't say it enough ways or times. Please don't do this to yourself. He fixed it for now, but there's just going to be a next thing. There's just going to be another thing. Don't let it happen to you. Couldn't be me. That's what I know. Anyway, we'll move on. Am I overreacting? My friend wants to kick me out after I lost my home in the LA wildfires. Damn, that is fucked up, man. Friend says, yeah, Broheim, you gotta bounce. Like, I love you, but I need my space back. It's been 3 weeks. OP says, dude, you for real? The fuck? My house just burned down. I let you crash with me for 2 fucking years. For free.
You gotta pay your dues to me, pinche mamon.
Yeah, I guess that was just a one-way street, and you know that now. I don't think you're overreacting. That's crazy. Anyway, quote-unquote friend says dead ass, like, I'm sorry, but the girl I'm seeing wants to spend more time here, and it's, like, weird with you on the couch. Like, dad ass? I thank you for letting me stay, but it don't mean you could be here 2 years. 3 weeks is enough time to figure it out. Like, I get it, the fire was fucked. My office burnt down too, bro, but like, we're all moving on, and it's time. Yeah, 3 weeks. You've become a mild inconvenience for me. Thank you for allowing me to be parasitic for 2 fucking years. But I can't allow you to have even 2 months. I guess, yeah, you just really find out who people are. That's fine, you can't change them. Note it down for later and keep it moving. Anyway, he says, what about the assurance? OP says, yeah, that's not even a realistic thing at the moment. It's being investigated with hundreds of other people who lost their house. Chances are I'm fucked. I just can't believe this. It's fine, though. It's your place. But I don't think we're good after this. You literally said you could stay here as long as you need for free. I'll get my shit out tonight. I'm literally going to be homeless. You know that? And he said, oh, come on. You be chill. Car camping. Haha. It's all finna work out. Trust. I'm praying for you. I already packed your stuff up. No stress. This is one of the most fucking awkward exchanges ever. Ever. But yeah, you definitely know where you stand. Let's take a look at the text. Long story short, I've known this dude for 15 years. He's always been a little flaky, but we've been friends forever. When he lost everything, I gave him a place to sleep and live. I literally didn't charge him a cent until he figured his life out and moved out. I, like many others, lost my home in the LA wildfires. You can't even imagine how fucking terrible this has been for so many of us. I've been in tears most days. I have nothing except a car and some clothes. I've only been staying on this freaking couch for less than 2 weeks, but he has zero awareness. So suddenly it's 3 weeks, and now there's a mystery girl who has priority. I'm just sad, man. This dude was my friend. I feel betrayed. Am I overreacting here, or am I in the right to be absolutely pissed and want to remove him permanently from my life after this? Yeah, like I said, it's your choice whether you remove him or not. I don't know how good the other times were with him, but it's the sort of thing that should have you questioning it. I'm proud of you for showing you some self-respect and just walking away instead of fucking begging and trying to cling on. Just, okay, that's how you feel about it, then I'll get to stepping. And also, by the way, P.S. also, fuck you. As far as OP goes, you definitely have a reason to be angry. You should be a lot angrier than you are. But, you know, we don't condone physical violence of any sort, so get to step. It's the best thing you can do. Alright, fine. I'm fucking off forever then. Thanks for the decade and a half that apparently meant jack and shit. Oh, this next one's really juicy. God, this subreddit got a lot of juicy stuff in it, you know? I like all sorts of juicy stuff in it. Am I overreacting, or is this a total breach of privacy? Backstory, pretty much non-existent. A uniformed police officer in his patrol vehicle pulled up next to me to tell me that my tire was low, and then I said, "Oh my god, I didn't know, thank you." And he drove away, and I got this a few hours later. I'm kind of annoyed that he looked at my whole file just to get my number against my will. Yeah, that sounds very illegal to me. I think this is a six-figure lawsuit that was just sent to you. It's a gift. You can play this as a very nice trump card at some point. Well, why not right now? Probably the sooner you play it, the better. He says, "Hey, good morning." And she says, "Hey, I'm sorry, I don't recognize the number. Who's this?" And he said, "This is the officer who pulled next to you to tell you that you had a low tire yesterday." And she said, "Oh, okay. I mean, thanks again for that. But how did you get my phone number, lol?" And he said, "This is the number that came up when I searched up your license plate. I figured I'd want to reach out and maybe see if you wanted to get to know each other sometime. Possibly go to dinner. I promise I don't do this often. You're just very nice and attractive, of course." And Opie says, "Wow, I appreciate the compliment. Thank you." He says, "You're welcome. My name's Creep, by the way." Yeah, everybody can tell, Creep. Stop doing creep shit. I don't know why you feel entitled to do that. Commander Rial is a former cop in the comments, and he says, yeah, what that officer's doing is 100% illegal, unethical, almost definitely against department policy. Notify the department, have him fired immediately. He should absolutely not be allowed to access people's personal information. This is the type of guy that uses LE databases to stalk his exes, does criminal searches on potential dates, doxes people that he doesn't like. Oh, is that a common thing? It's interesting that you would bring all that up. I hadn't considered any of that. But I guess that's why the weirdos get the jump on you sometimes, isn't it? You just never see it coming. They blindside me every time. They're doing the craziest shit out there. How could any human predict that? Whatever, this video had no pattern. That's fine. I kind of liked it. You can't predict what's coming next, and am I overreacting? I mean, I guess I could curate an episode, but I sort of took it as it comes, and I feel like it went pretty well. I hope you guys will let me know what you think in the comments. Viewer numbers, also an important metric, probably the all-important metric. So if you like the thing, you want to see more of this, then share the video around. Sign up on the Patreon and YouTube memberships. I appreciate that every time. Exclusive Elliot content went up for this month. Oh, that's wonderful. I hope you get over there, check it out at some point. Aside from that, I just want to thank you again for being here. And to remind you that you're loved, you're worthy. You definitely deserve it. And I shall see you in the next one, friends. So until then, bye-bye.
何バカ何バカ何バカ何バカ